Hello everybody, Mr. Lego Lover 55 here, and welcome to another LEGO set review. Today we're taking a look at a LEGO Movie 2 set, set 70841, Benny's Space Squad. This set is recommended for ages 5 and up and has around 68 pieces. So taking a look at the box here, we've got the LEGO Movie 2 logo there at the top, we've got Emmett and Lucy there in the corner, we've got a picture of the actual set there, we've got the set info there, choking hazard thing at the bottom. On the back it shows all of the figures included and just some of the cool little scenes that you can make. But anyways, that's pretty much it for the box. Let's go ahead and take a look at the actual set. So since the main part of this set, to me personally, is the minifigures, I thought I would go ahead and start off with that instead first. So, taking a look here at Benny, you can see he's very similar to his original version from the Benny's Spaceship set. However, he does have a different face print this time around. You can see there is a slight difference with the smile. This one's a lot more open and actually goes underneath sort of the chin strap of the helmet, whereas this one does not. And he does have a different facial expression from the other one. The other one just had a regular classic smiley face, whereas this one has sort of a terrified expression. So if we turn that around, you can get a better look at that, and I really like that expression. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Benny. Of course, no back torso printing since it is sort of based off of an older figure. But anyways, that's pretty much it here for Benny. Next up here we have Lenny, and I really find it funny that a lot of the names of these spacemen are very similar to Benny. You've got Benny, now we have Lenny, and yeah, this guy, he is a pink spaceman, and this is the first time we've ever gotten a pink classic spaceman before, so he is so far exclusive to this set, and I do say he because I believe this is supposed to be a guy, but yeah, he's got a wrench there, and I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say. I mean, pretty much what you see is what you get, and I mean, yeah, pink classic spaceman, that is really cool. Then here we have Jenny, and I believe this is supposed to be a girl, so yeah, this is Jenny, and she has this blaster thing, which I think is based off of a lot of older designs that they used for blasters, or maybe it's like a mineral scooper or something. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, just she has a classic smiley face, of course, because that's really all they had back in when they originally made the figure. But yeah, again, there's not really a whole lot to say about these classic space figures. They're just really cool to have, and yeah. And last here is Kenny, and he is the yellow spaceman, and he's got this metal detector here, so that's neat to get. And yeah, again, not a whole lot to say, but these are some pretty cool figures. Okay, so taking a look at the builds of this set, there really isn't a whole lot, but I do think that these vehicles are quite cool. Here, so we'll start with the little spaceship here that Benny's flying. So I think that's really cool. So a lot of these two builds, this one and the spaceship here, are going to be really simple, and it's just sort of a throwback to the old classic space sets, because a lot of those sets were built really simply, but it's simple, but it's charming, so I really like it. You've got the wings there, you've got the little antenna there, and it does, these do use some like newer pieces, so it isn't like purely using pieces that were only released at the time, but it does use some newer pieces that weren't introduced at this time, like this sort of engine piece right there in the back. They didn't have that, and I don't think they had the Exoforce hand. Maybe they did. I don't think they did, but yeah. And then if we take a look at this one here, the little rover here, again, you can see it's using some pieces that were never really introduced. This was this tile/plate piece, and this color, I think that was this piece was introduced in the Ninjago movie sets. And then here on the back, you've got little clips here where you can attach some accessories. So you can attach the wrench here, or maybe you can attach the this thing, or the metal detector. Although if you attach the metal detector, it's hard to fit another figure on the back here. And you can attach a figure here on the back like that. Although when you do have a figure there, you cannot attach the metal detector very well. I mean, you could try to, but it's going to be sort of weird. But yeah, so that's sort of my main problem with that, but everything else I think is fine about it. And then there's also this little robot, which I believe is pretty much the exact same build as a little robot that they had for, I think, some of the classic space sets. And what I actually really like is that this same sort of robot design was used in Benny's spaceship set. So I've got two here from that set. One of them had that trans yellow, and this one had the red. So I'm glad that they had another one in this set. So now I've got 3 little robots. But overall, that's pretty much all there is to the set. So let's go ahead and take a look at the instructions. So here's the instruction manual for this set. Here on the front, pretty much same stuff as on the front of the box. And then there is that QR code thing where you can scan it and get the instructions online. And again, it shows that here. And then it shows instructions, and then the, well, no final product. But again, it shows, and then Lego Life shows you how to organize pieces, and then our good old list of pieces, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and move on to the end of the video. Okay, so pretty much if you're a Lego fan, this is probably a must-have set for you, and definitely a must-have set for any classic space fans out there, because not only do you get sort of 2 newer versions of the yellow and white space people that have been released before, haven't been released for a long time, you also get the new pink Classic Spaceman, which is a really cool addition, and the builds are sort of a throwback to classic space builds, where they are very simple, not as complex as today's sets, but they are very charming, I guess, and it's just a nice throwback. And being perfectly honest, I never expected that we'd get a set like this ever, where we get re-releases of the classic space minifigures, but I'm glad that we did, and I now have more classic space minifigures besides just Benny and my green spaceman. But anyways, I think that's pretty much that. I don't really have a whole lot to say. It's such a great set. Definitely, the $10 price tag is definitely worth it. The hard part is just going to be finding it, because this thing is like sold out everywhere. It's on currently it's on back order on Lego.com. I didn't find it in my Lego store at all, and yeah, it was hard enough for me to get this at Target, but I did get it. It was like the last one on the shelf. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say about this set, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and keep building!